Okay, first of all, this is like in such a crazy place right now. I really like it. It's really loose. All the colors are blending together in this really wonderful way. I've got some cool greens and yellows and reds and blues going on that are mixing for some great browns, which I love. I think what we need to do is like lock in a couple of these pennants of the flags, right? Really get some of those colors like boom in there with a small brush and some fairly saturated color. Like let's do a purple one. I'm going to do a purple one. This one was supposed to be purple. We'll make this one purple. It's way too much paint on my brush. Way too much. Go ahead and lift that out of there. Take this little bit of purple right through there. Maybe make another purple one back here and back here so that they're in kind of these, a couple of places coming back. And then now that I've introduced this crazy color, I have to put it somewhere else. So I'm gonna put it on the table here at the front and like down below in this shadow underneath these chair legs. So I'm just gonna come around these chairs here and sort of identify their shape by bringing the shadow over the top here. So this is like a negative painting sort of approach here, where I'm letting the legs of the chairs kind of come into being. There we go. By not painting them out, painting the negative space around them. There we go. And then I'm just going to come out onto this side and take this strange purple into my walkway here, and I'm going to use it like I'm making bricks, right? These are like little cobblestone paths, and you're just going to go sort of every other and make a couple little marks in there for some good texture, and then just pull it across for some dry brush. And anywhere where you feel like it needs to continue, you can just take, just a little bit back up the space here. And then let's see where we need to have a little bit of purple anywhere else. Should we bring this up and into here to kind of identify where these things start and stop? I think that's probably a good idea. We can bring it into these shadows here on the side. Bring in some purple into here and up this edge. There we go. And now I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna pull some of this over here, have a little bit more purple, maybe put a little bit of this blue-black combo in there. I can use this as a deep dark color here. If you mix it with a little bit of orange, you're gonna get some nice dullness to it, so it won't be so bright. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of this blue black again with a little bit of phthalo green. So I'm just taking it to be like this deep kind of peacock blue green with a little bit of black in it. Ooh, that's not a little bit of black. It's a whole bunch of black. I just loaded that up. Let's take this out. There we go. Okay. So I've got this really nice dark blue now and this really nice dark violet. And I wonder if I can just use them to kind of identify where we need some nice dark darks, right? So let's start up here at the front. Here's this pole and then the sign. I'm gonna come around the sign in this dark blue, let that red show through, and just kind of let this come around after it. There we go. There's this little sign here. A little bit of this blue in there. Bring this down, bring this up. Anywhere you want to add in details, right? Whatever you decide is important is important. right? If you give it more of your time and you render it to be the more important part of this drawing, then the happier you will be. You know, it's like we all get attracted to different parts of imagery and end up making different types of marks and bringing certain things forward that other people wouldn't have even spent 2 seconds on. And like you might not have any relationship to this little sign, right? But I really want that circle in there, and I want it to kind of feel like the Hemingway's sign, so that if and when I mail this to a Regensburger, they're like, hey, that's Hemingway. I know that sign. What is that? Gosh, we spent so many afternoons there in high school, and just that little, you know, that little bit of feeling like it's authentic, like it just has this tiny bit of information that seems right and real in there. Oh yeah. Okay, let's just take this back down the building here. So I'm gonna come in here on the front side and sort of make these hinges coming down. I'm gonna take a little bit of water on my brush and take this down into some of this with the purple to make this higher contrast shadow right down here in the underneath the beautiful chairs here. And you're gonna make the bottom of the chair, and then you're gonna skip, and you're gonna just do a couple of little stripes in there to make that stick out. There we go. And I can use this purple shadow that's already in here to kind of define the underside of the table. And there's this nice kind of rectangle down here, which is the base of the table. So you can also sort of sneak some of that stuff in. And then I'm gonna lock down that edge there. And I'm just gonna take this out into a couple of these and sort of outline where I made the purple marks before. I'm using the very tip of my brush. And I'm just kind of making like, this is cobblestone, this is cobblestone, this is cobblestone, just these little, almost like L's down there that show what that texture is. And I'm gonna just go a little bit darker down here and let it blend on its own. So I just picked up a little bit more pigment and I'm gonna let it really do its own thing down there. And where else do we need this? We need this little bit of dark right here where this cuts back and this comes over. And we have this nice dark strip right here into stairs that kind of come down over here. There we go. Maybe take a little gap here and then make this little bit of doorway along here. This aligns with this and cuts out and down, and then this comes and aligns with this and goes back, and then take a little skip and goes back. And let's pull this through here. There we go. Where do we want this one? More like right here. Okay. And these are all these little arches, right? So you can make a little archway, a little line right back here. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of take these lines that are these lines, boom, 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 here, boom, 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 make them consistent along as if they're following that same line through here, boom, boom, boom. And that should give us those little bricks in there that are separating in between. And then let's just take a little bit of this kind of flourish up here, where if you have an arch, you can kind of skip, like outline it into the next arch, and then go up and out and out. And then this one comes up and out through here. And then this comes all the way down. And you can just take a little bit of water on your brush and make this less in contrast and pull this all the way back up to here. And I'm just going to take this little bit of dark and pull it right to about here and make this sign come in front of it again. So make the corner of that sign really nice and dark because it's black in the image. And we can take it really nice and dark blue and just let it be there. Okay, I like that. I think we have some good depth going on in here. Illusion of depth. I'm going to bring a little bit more dark into here. This is this closer table, I'm sorry, window door situation right here. There we go. I like that. And then what should we do? Should we make like a building come forward in some areas here? This needs a little bit of shadow, just like running right along the edge. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this blue onto here as well. And then just stripe it into a couple of these places. As we're coming back into here, here's this next table and this next table. Go ahead and make this dark underneath so that this front table comes forward more, right? So that we get that higher contrast between them. There. This is a chair that's covered in fabric. You can pull that around. Let's use this too, and we'll put some people here. So with your brush and your blue, what we'll do is we'll just go like this. Make a little scribble, like a little head. There's a person, give them an arm. Here's somebody standing. They're like back, they're checking their phone. Here's a little person, he's taller. He's walking down the street. He's got big, broader shoulders. Let him just be down there. And then in these people in the very back, really, they're just like a little circle and a scribble, a little circle and a scribble, a little circle and a scribble, and you can just let this kind of flow back there. So those guys are all just getting lost in the celebration. Here, I do want this one window to be really nice and stark right here because it's facing us. It's like a different direction. And you can kind of outline what's happening around here. There's like a big, I don't know, decorative part of this window. Then I've got that great roof right here. It makes this crazy turn. You can kind of bring some of that shadow out and down onto here. Anywhere you want to just make some quick lines with your dark color here in order to identify or define the side of a building, I think you're in a good place. There's that funny little building here. Window, window. And then let's just take water on our brush and pull that down and just make that all out of focus, right? And I just made this like a light blue, so I'm just gonna make this sky. Even though I said I was gonna keep it white, I feel like it's calling for really light blue. So let's just give it to the area here. Let's go back to our really dark blue and just make this really nice and heavy contrasted here and make some good stripes on this door here. Make that graffiti in through here and lock that down. Where can you go a little bit darker to create even higher contrast? Let your eyes fall down and just be barely open and then say, okay, I've got somebody here. I've got a little archway here. Here's my girls. Here's her jacket. Here's one leg. Here's the other leg. Here's her little shoes. What's her friend doing? She's a little bit taller than her. Here's her hair. Here's her body. She's holding coffee. Here's her legs. There's a leg. There's a leg. And then that kind of runs us into this archway. And let's do this archway like this. Let's let this all be here and go ahead and take your brush and just dry brush a texture onto the rest of the cobblestone here, and then come back to your blue and come up and over. Nope, not like that. Straight and down. And then this one, do you see how these are all angled up? They're all coming up. So you can bring this. This needs to be dark. This has a window, like a door and a window in here. You can just make some nice lines in here. And then what we want is this archway where it goes like this, and it's dark and comes up and over. Dark and comes up and over. Can we go even darker? Maybe bring some of that purple in there. Let that be nice and dark. Pull that down into those lines and then over into here. There we go. I think that's in a much better place here. There's a little pillar. There's a little pillar. Then there's another archway. And you can just kind of skip a little bit and then bring that down and over. And just make some dark lines over here. And this cuts across. And then what is it? Is it people? Is it buildings? Who knows? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because we are not getting lost in the specifics. That is something that we agreed to do when we signed on for this. Now, this is like super important. I'll have to see how this dries down. But I think what is going to need to happen is I'm going to have to push this blue-black combo over here a little bit darker with my violet down in this area. Yeah, let this really be nice and dark down here. How many times can you make this darker? Well, until it's saturated, right? I think so. Okay. Wowza, this is a crazy one. This is a crazy one. Where else do we want those darks? Take that purple dark. Where can you put it? Can you put it on the base of these things and then into the top of the arch? Archway, archway, sign. Pull the sign even darker. Really get it to be a solid shape there along the edge. Okay. I think that might be it for me. This is definitely going to be one that I pull out in the morning and see what needs to happen because I'm not quite sure we're there. I think this needs more contrast. It needs to come forward a little bit more. So I'm going to take this really long line, right, all the way down and let all of this kind of flow with it as well. That actually might have just done it. Do you think that just did it? That long line in there? I'm turning this around. Sorry that I'm spinning this and I'm probably making some people dizzy. But I do think that might have been it. To make that nice dark mark in there. Okay, let's see. Little sign, dark, little line dark here, little line dark here. Boom, you can put a little sign here. You can make a little filigree guy here that's coming up. He's next to a window. Which way does this window go? Down. I just made this crazy. Crazier. Crazier. Boom. This is dark up here. This is dark. This has some good stuff in it. This has a second arch up here. And then this goes into windows and things, just making crazy lines here. Okay, I can't deal with that. It's too much. It's too much going on there. Do you hear me saying it's too much and then just keep painting? Are you ever like, Fred, I have no sympathies for you. You say you're gonna stop, you say you're gonna quit, and then you just keep going. You just keep pushing it into this crazy new territory. Man, this is totally like when I said this is the hardest of the mountains to climb in the images that we chose. This is, but it is by far the most fun. So, you know, if you're having fun, you're probably still in the right place. I think I might have to leave this right here, put this away, take my tape off and see if it makes any sense. Like, does it look like a real space? I'm not sure it does. Let's see. I mean, it does. I know that it does look like a real space, but I am looking forward to seeing it clean so that I can't even get the tape off of here. My thumb has split. Like it's split on the side here, and so it is difficult for me to like get those little corners and things because I want to scream out in pain, and I'm gonna try and keep from doing that. Especially if you've been listening to all of these videos and I was just sneezing in your ear, which is not what I want. That's not desirable. Here's this last little bit of tape. Do you think we can get it off this way? Let's see if I can get it off over here. Oh yeah, it's wrapped all the way around the back. So let's see if we can get this free. This is not good recorded material here. Ooh, okay. Turn all the other things off. Just look at it here. Is it a great little build, like little setup? I think it is. I like these chairs. I might make them warmer. I like the whole feel of this. I like this little archway happening here. This is going to change overnight. So we'll be able to come back and look at it tomorrow and see if it's the right feeling. I think that there might be like some smaller, more delicate marks to be made in these little bits here, just to put in for those flags. You know, what else do we want to bring in there? A little red flag, a little blue flag? What if we just do a little blue by itself? No black, just blue. If this is yellow, maybe this one is blue. Right? Yellow and then blue, and then maybe this one's white. Maybe this guy is blue, blowing up into the air back here. Maybe this one's blue right after the purple back there. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm gonna lift this blue right here. I think it's a little heavy. There we go. We'll just take them down a notch. Lay them in there, lift them up. Okay. Well, this was fun. Let's see where they're all at right now. This one is so weird. And then look at this funny little fall illustration. We got so many looks. We got so many looks going on over here. Okay. There's good things about all of these. There's things I want to change about all of them, but I love this. This is really fun. So this was mostly pencil with the tiniest bit of ink before we added any of our paint. And then here, this is no pencil, lots of ink, and then just kind of this mess. Remember how yellow this was and how muted it is now? We have to remember when we're painting to trust the process, to know that this is going to happen, that your colors will settle down, that they will blend together nicely, that they will become this kind of homogeneous, lovely surface. And then this one is unlike any painting I have ever done. It is very strange for me, but I also think that when I wake up in the morning, I may really like it. I can't tell. I do not know what's going to happen here. Is the solution to draw over this? Possibly. It just might be. Is it to just push it even further with paint and see what happens? It might be as well. Maybe we'll vote on it as a class. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I'm really looking forward to painting with you as always. And I know that this is going to bring us a lot of joy because even though it has a lot going on, the more that you have going on, the easier it is to edit information out and still be left with a ton of information. So let's remember that. And I will see you soon. Okay, I hope you're well. I'll talk to you later. Bye.